Max velocity mechanics aren't all that different than from acceleration, other than that we're just going to tilt the athlete more vertical. So a couple key positions we'll look at is first is at toe off. So at toe off here, the athlete is toeing off. What we'd like to see here is first start with a nice straight line from basically head through hip. So these athletes mostly upright. There can be a slight forward lean as this athlete possesses here, but we don't want to see a big fold at the hips, nor do we want to see the athlete kind of leaning back. The second thing we want to look for at toe off is we're getting a push, but we're not kind of overextending out the back side with our leg. We do our work into the ground that first half of stance. So it's from swing into the first half of stance phase, and then that second half we have to think about peeling our foot off the ground and getting it back forward or front side. So we can't continue to push out the back, or like we're riding a bicycle, continue to cycle that leg long and far behind our body. As the athlete's legs, or feet I should say, are on the same plane, so here you can see those the feet on the same plane, we should see that ankle under or above, or in front I should say, of that knee joint. Okay, so if that foot is lagging behind, we know that again we're spending too much time in the ground, or it's a postural issue where we're probably forward tilted and it's leading kind of a systematic reaction for that leg to kind of be tilted behind. So we want to see that ankle underneath or in front of that knee when the legs are on the same plane. And then again, from here we're loading up and we're driving, snapping, whatever we want to think about, into the ground. At contact here, so as the foot just touches the ground, so you can see at ground contact, one of the main KPIs that we look for are the knees even at ground contact. So we don't want this back knee lagging behind. So say if the foot hit the ground now, there's space between the knees. We want the knees even at ground contact. That's probably the primary KPI that we'll look for. And that's going to be telling us if we're hitting good shapes and positions. Are we getting off the ground in an effective manner? Is our posture effective? One of the main things, the other things we'll look for here is, are we tall at ground contact? So if I measured an athlete against the wall just standing there, and now at this position, when they're kind of at full contact, are they just about that same height? So we're not collapsing or sinking or deforming under that force. So we want to be tall at ground contact. And then finally, also in that same position here, when the forward foot is on the ground, so the foot's flat in the ground mid-stance, again, those knees are making what we call a figure 4 shape. So it looks like the number 4 between our knees. So again, that's just a sign of an effective positioning for our athletes during max velocity.